This is Stephen Brown calling from the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge with the final update on our 2008 summer Arctic fieldwork on shorebirds. We're finding very large numbers of birds staging along the Jago Delta, getting ready for their southbound migration. On one particular day, over 2,000 of them, including semi-palmated sandpipers, spectral sandpipers, red-necked phalaropes, and many other species getting ready for their southbound migration. One highlight of our work is we were able to put out 4 radio transmitters, and they're now headed south, possibly in the direction of Robin Honeywell, who's working with Manomet on red-necked phalaropes in the Bay of Fundy. So we have a better chance of picking up a radio and connecting the breeding grounds with some of the migration stopover sites along the way. We're all surviving the Arctic weather. We've had a major storm, which lasted for 4 days, included about a 3-foot storm surge, which doesn't sound like much until you think how flat the coastal plain is. It came inland so far it threatened our camp and broke our boat loose from its mooring. I spent 2 days staging a losing battle with the boat, trying to keep it offshore in water that was over my chest while breakers were splashing over us. And I'm happy to say we survived and gotten through all that, and we're now finishing up our last few surveys, some of which include surveys along the barrier islands, where the first polar bear has come ashore from his exhausting swim in from the Arctic sea ice, from what may be another record low year for Arctic sea ice. So we'll be keeping a close eye on him as we do surveys out on the barrier island. We have 3 field camps stretched out across the coastal plain of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, and Trevor Lloyd Evans, our colleague from Manomet, is the banding expert at the site on the Okapilak. So we haven't talked to them in several days. We're hoping the storm treated them better than it did us, and we'll be connecting with them back in Kaktovik in a few days. This will be my last update from the Arctic, and then we'll be getting back to Manomet. And one of the most fascinating things to me is that some of the, for example, American golden plovers that we're seeing now showing up along the coast may actually beat us back to New England on their way south to Argentina. So we wish them well and send them on their way, and we'll look forward to catching up with all our friends and supporters when we return to Manomet. This is Stephen Brown reporting from the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge.